Welcome to Genos Comic to Comic podcast. And here's our man, Geno.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Geno's Comic to Comic podcast. I'm Geno. This is episode 10. Yeah, we made it to episode 10. Never thought it would happen, but we did. And before we do anything, I want to bring in the world's greatest co-host, Bubby.
What's up?
What's up, Bub? And remember, everyone needs a Bubby.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to give everybody an update. If you've been following the show, you know that I adopted a dog recently, and how that all happened, on January 25th, my dog Autumn passed away, and my son lives with me, and we were both heartbroken over this dog passing away. And so my ex-wife kept telling the both of us that we needed to get another dog, and she talked us into contacting this dog adoption place and maybe looking into adopting a dog. Now, the most surprising thing about that, I know you're stunned, isn't that I adopted another dog. It's that I still talk to my ex-wife. Yeah, so we get along just fine. So she talked us into this. So I contact Lifesavers Animal Rescue, and it turns out that I grew up with the woman who runs it, Cindy. She's fantastic. So she says, what are you looking for? And I said, well, I'm looking for a female. And she said, it's too bad. And I said, why? And she said, well, because I have this male. And she told me this sad story about how he was abandoned and everything. And I'm like, well, now I have to get him now after you told me that. She said, why don't you want a male? And I said, it's the neutering thing. Like, it goes against everything I believe in, to do that. So she said, well, we do that. So that'll be done before you pick him up. I'm like, well, great. If you're going to do that, then he won't be mad at me. And great. So how it's supposed to work is you're supposed to go out there, you meet the dog, and if they get along and everything, then you come back the following week, and they take care of the spay or neuter, and then you come back and pick him up. So my son and I go out to meet him, and he falls in love with us, and we fall in love with him immediately, and he did not want us to leave without him. So Cindy said, well, how about this? How about you could take him on a foster basis, and then you could take him, you drop him off to get it. We'll pay for it, but you drop him off to get him neutered and pick him up. And I'm like, oh, great. Now I have to take him to get him neutered. And he don't know you guys are the ones making me do it, so he's going to be mad at me. So that's what we ended up doing, though. So now I bring him home, and he's really awesome. But the first day I leave him home alone, I come home, and he has taken the garbage can and knocked it over and spread the garbage all over the place. I mean, on the bed, I had to wash the sheets. I mean, all over the place. And I'm not going to lie, I was pissed. And so I said something I wish I had never said, but the first words out of my mouth were, if you're going to act like this, I'll take you back to the shelter. Now, the minute I said that, I felt terrible. And I sort of looked at his eye, and I go, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I will never do that. We'll work this out. So everything was fine. So I mean, I realized he was just suffering from anxiety from being apart from us, and I understand because I suffer from the same thing every time football season ends. So I understand it. So now I take him to the neuter clinic, and we have to wait in line. Everybody drops him off first thing in the morning, and we're all standing in line with our dog because they only let one person at a time because of COVID and all that. So we're standing in line, and he's looking at me, and he's going, man, I thought you were kidding about going back to the shelter. He's really taking me back to the shelter because it kind of looked like that. And I'm like, I swear to God, this isn't the shelter. And you might rather go to the shelter than what's going to happen now. But sorry about that. I really am. So I drop him off. I come to pick him up, and he come hot, and he's a little loopy from the drugs they gave him. And he comes out, and he's just looking at me like, you are the biggest jerk. I thought you were cool, and you did this to me. And I'm trying to say it wasn't me, and he didn't want to hear it. So he was mad at me for about one day until I gave him his pain med wrapped in cheese, and now we're BFFs again. So everything's cool on the scooter front, and everything's working again down there. He's fine. In fact, I came up from work yesterday, and I caught him on my computer, internet dating. He was on Plenty of Fur, and trying to hook up. And I said, hey, go for it, man, whatever. So that's all cool. So if you want to adopt a dog and change a dog's life, you need to contact lifesaversanimalrescue.org. You could go on there. Todd will put the graphic up. You could get their number off the website, or it'll be up on the graphic that we'll have up for you. Get a hold of them and change a dog's life around. All right, so that's the scooter story. I promised I'd keep you updated, and there we go. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to bring in our guest.
Yeah.
Got a friend of mine on today. We've done a bunch of things together, and he's funny as hell, and he's not just a good stand-up comedian. He is also the host of a podcast here on Idiot Radio, Inquisitive Minds, and with nothing further, I give you Johnny Smith.
Hey, thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate it.
Anytime, John. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm looking around the room, and it's like 4 versions of the same person.
Are you saying 4 idiots, or what are you trying to say?
I'm just saying white guys without hair is a common theme.
Yes. Crazy white guys without hair. Oh, look, his hair's growing back, this bastard.
He's like, damn it, I got some.
Yeah, he's like, screw this. Todd's showing off his head of hair for those of you who can't see him. He hides in the corner. He doesn't want to be on camera.
Then he's showing us. Oh, he's showing us up.
That's I've gotten over the no hair thing.
Yeah, me too. It doesn't bother.
And thank God women still will talk to me. I was afraid once I shaved my head that would be it with them. But no, they don't really seem to care about that.
Yeah, right on. There's more important features.
Yeah, like if you have a job.
You got a good set of teeth there, so you got some
Yeah,
stuff
they
going
like
for
teeth and a job. Those are good things.
Yeah.
Cars are a good thing.
Yeah.
A lot of you'll see that if you go on and by the way, as everybody knows, I'm a serial website dater. So I am the king of internet dating, by the way. So you'll notice a lot of women will put that right in their profile, like have to have a job, have to have a car, like don't tell me you live with your mom, like they put that right in there, and I understand.
I tried to hook up with a woman on Tinder, but she was looking for someone to spend the rest of her life eating corn on the cob together.
And you went, no. Show them why that's funny, Johnny. Look at the camera and show them why.
That's hysterical. Jesus.
If you're listening to this podcast, you need to look up. You can go to Facebook, Geno at Geno Comedy, and see the video because you need to see why that was hilarious.
Oh, my God, that's great.
Sometimes you just don't get it all on the radio.
Yeah.
Yes, that's funny. So I don't know if you caught our last podcast. We had Chrissy Costa in here, and
Okay, I know Chrissy.
and she was fantastic. Something that came up in there that I said to Todd, well, Johnny's probably talked about this on Inquisitive Minds, and Todd said, I don't think he has. And I said, well, then I was going to ask him to ask you, and I go, oh, wait a second, I forgot. Johnny's going to be on in 2 weeks, so I told Todd that I would ask you when you're here.
Boy.
I'm not as you know, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy,
Okay.
but there's some shit that pisses me off. Like the only other, besides the one I'm going to ask you about, the only other conspiracy thing that really upsets me is that the NFL destroying the tapes that Bill Belichick gave them, filming the other team's practice.
Yes.
I know he cheated. I know he
damn
did.
well he did.
And if they said, well, they destroyed the film because it didn't show anything. If it didn't show anything, you'd have showed it to everyone.
Right,
You destroyed it
yeah.
because it was damning as hell.
Damn right it was.
And Vegas would have been so mad if they found out how much. Okay, so that we don't want to talk about that. But the one I do want to know about, and I don't know if you've thought about this, but could you help me understand when you call the cable company, and it doesn't matter which one it is. It doesn't matter if it's Comcast, right, Fios, Dish. I don't care who it is. Every one of them, it's cheaper to get all 3 things, the TV, internet, and phone, than to just get the TV and the internet. I'm like, I don't even have a home phone. Yeah, but it's cheaper if you get all I'm saying, so if I don't want a home phone, it costs more. Why do they want me to have a home phone so damn bad?
You know, that's one I don't know about because I actually had a home phone number for about 3 years that I never even hooked up just because it was cheaper.
Yes,
to have all
I
3.
do right now. I have a home phone. I have a phone, and it is plugged in, but the ringer's off. So if you call it, I don't even know. And I'm afraid to go on to the voicemail because there's probably about 8,000
no doubt.
messages on there from it. It's probably. I wonder if it's for the telemarketer people, so they can keep their
They
numbers
probably
up.
do give out the information to telemarketing or
So they can
companies
just-
looking for information.
Yeah, and
that
then
makes
and then a
sense. That might be
telemarketer
it.
can say, "Hey, I called 800 people," even if it went straight to.
Or I'm sure they could say, look, here, we can't sell this personal information, but these are all the people who have Comcast phone lines. You can call them.
Yeah, well, they could call me all they want. I don't even know they're calling me.
I mean,
That's the dumbest damn thing ever.
honestly,
Yeah, I
though,
don't-
I want to ask you, have you thought about your vehicle's insurance lately?
No. Oh,
you're,
my
about to,
God.
you're about to run out.
Oh, my God, the warranty people.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
I got a call from them the other day.
I get it once a week.
At least
I constantly ignore them, but driving from Lyft, you always get foreign numbers from out of state.
Right.
Foreign.
That's foreign.
So I answer them. I'm getting calls for my car's warranty and all this other jazz. I just got my car. I got my car like, what, 2-3 months ago, if that? And like they just harassment, all angles.
I don't even have the car that they're talking. Well, they don't even know what car I have. Like, it's funny. If you talk to a person, if you answer and happen to get them, they go, "Hey, you're staying." I go, "Well, what car do I have?" And they're like, "You don't even know what car I have."
right.
And the car you're talking about that the warranty might have ran out of, I don't have anymore. And the one I'm driving now is still under bumper to bumper, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what mine was. Same thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it helps improve internet speeds with rural customers that have like DSL connections still.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I had to ask you that because that's been bugging
I
me
know,
for
it
a
is
while.
annoying.
I know what the people want. Bigfoot. Bigfoot's the reason why.
Now that I understand, there is Bigfoot. I'm fine with that.
I give the people what they want. Bigfoot controls the cable companies. So
all right, that makes
yeah, there we
that
go.
You need
makes
to help us
sense.
out.
That's on brand. Check out Inquisitive Minds.
Yeah, get a chance. Check out his podcast. Yeah, I can't figure that one out. All right, so the next thing we got to do here is we have a 5-question segment. These are the important, hard-hitting questions. This is the stuff that people care about, and I warn everyone that you probably won't be able to run for president after you answer these.
I'm already
Based
disqualified.
on, that's what everybody on here said so far. Yes. And I tell everybody I got disqualified when I said I like pineapple on a pizza. That pissed off half the people who listen to this.
Well, I definitely inhaled. So
We all have.
for
huh?
the younger listeners, that's a shot at Bill Clinton, a president maybe 80 years ago.
Yeah, he said I smoked pot once. I didn't inhale, and I didn't like it. Well, Bill, that's why you didn't like it, because you didn't inhale.
You know who definitely did inhale? Monica.
Oh, yes. Yes, she did.
Again, 30-year-old sex joke, guys.
It's all right. It's history. They should know about this stuff.
History.
Yeah, so the first question we have for you is ham or bologna?
I'm going to say bologna because I'm staunchly anti-pork.
Anti-pork.
Yeah.
All right, tell us why you're
Why?
anti-pork.
I just hate it. I hate everything about it.
Really?
I don't like nothing about pork.
Oh, my God.
I don't
You
like-
mean you won't eat a ham and cheese
I
sandwich?
don't, if you give me a ham and cheese sandwich, I take that as a slap in the face.
Oh, it's like one of my favorite sandwiches ever.
Christ, I could not imagine.
I don't like bacon. I don't like sausage. I don't like ham. None of that nonsense.
Christ. You may be the strangest guy I ever met.
I'm so
Holy
glad I
shit.
didn't know this before because I wouldn't have asked him to come on.
How do you not like bacon? What the hell?
I'm just kidding about that.
So bacon is the most overrated meat there is. It's just crispy little bullshit.
Oh my God, Darwin Horn, if you're out there watching, please don't
I'll
get
chime
mad
in
at me.
here.
I didn't know.
If sex was a meat, it would be bacon.
It was thank you. Hell yes. Thank you. Oh my
I'm with
God.
you on that.
Bacon
Oh,
makes
my God.
everything better. Jesus.
I have been in a store, walking by deli, and I'll see somebody ordering bologna, and I'll go, "Do you need another $1 to get the Virginia baked ham? I'll give you the buck."
I've been
I'll take care of
conditioned.
this.
I've had countless bologna sandwiches while I've been kidnapped against my will. Is the way I'll put it. I've been a political prisoner for a long time.
Well, I've had a lot of bologna too, but I gotta say ham.
Ham, when someone's ordering
I love
ham,
ham.
I just look at them and think, I wish you loved yourself more.
I don't understand what he's talking about
Eating
right now.
ham is like self-harm. It's terrible.
Oh, my God. All right, so I go on a trip to Aruba with my ex-wife. We're on this trip, and we pay for this friggin' it's some kind of Jeep tour that they take you all over. And so the guy that's running the thing up front, he's Mr. I'm funny, and he's explaining what's going to happen, and he says, and it said on a thing when we paid for it that like a gourmet lunch or something like that was
Gourmet.
part of it. And so he goes, yeah, we're going to go here, and we're going to cruise on the Jeeps, and we're going to go out here. He goes, and then we're going to stop, and we're going to all have ham and cheese for lunch. And everyone in that group went, oh. And I yell, yes! He's looking at me like I've now ruined his joke, right? I thought he was serious. And turns out, he goes, sir, I'm sorry, we're not having ham and cheese.
He lied
And
to
they
you.
had
that
this like
prick.
gourmet barbecue thing. It was like steak, and oh my God, it was tremendous. He walks up to me while I'm standing in line at the barbecue, and he goes, I have to tell you, I've been doing this gig for 30 years. And I always tell that joke. And you're the first person I ever had to apologize to because we weren't having ham and cheese. And I said, listen, pal, I really like ham and cheese. He goes, I got that. I got that. So that's where I'm at with that. Johnny, I'll forgive you if you're wrong, but it's okay. Everybody. All right, so the second question is, what was the first vehicle you ever owned?
It was a red 1992 Mercury Topaz, and I had it in 2005. So it was a little outdated.
That's okay. That first one's always a little older.
Absolutely.
Well, the muffler was shot, the brakes were shot, the registration was gone, I didn't get insurance. It was a bad car, but it was the first one.
That's right. The first one. Mine was a Buick Skylark. I think it was like a 1969 Buick Skylark. And I always regret the back of it, like, kind of came to a point, and I always said after I get rid of that car, I should have put that damn thing in a demolition derby because everybody, you drive backwards and oh my God, because anything I hit, and I hit a bunch of stuff when I first started driving, anything I hit, I left a huge hole in. So I should have damn used that in a demolition
should have,
derby.
yeah.
I don't know why I didn't.
My brother used to look for those. when he
Yeah,
did
it
that.
would have been tremendous. But it was a good car, and my parents gave it to me. It was like a hand-me-down. One from my oldest sister to my
1969.
younger sister and to me. So
Did he say 1969?
1969.
I wasn't even sperm yet, just so you know.
No, and I know the 69's your favorite number, but it's everybody's favorite number.
Duh.
But yeah, it was a 1969 Buick Skylark.
I bet that was a beautiful car.
It was. I mean, until I drove it for a little while. I'd bump something and go, we're in.
No.
Yes. All right, so our third question is, and I couldn't wait to ask you this one, is what is your favorite TV commercial?
Debbie Downer here going against the grain of the advertisement up at the top of the commercial. I love that Arms of an Angel by Sarah McLachlan commercial with the dogs, and they're all sad, but she's singing through the whole commercial. Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't think I've seen that.
I
It's just
remember
It's
exactly.
just a bunch of sad dogs and cats
yes.
looking miserable, and it's just all pictures of them, and it's in the arms of an angel, fly away from me. I love it. I love that commercial. I know a lot of people say it makes them sad and depressed,
I haven't
but it's a
seen
beautiful song.
It's a great song.
It is a good
It's
song.
incredible
It's a good
that you
song.
haven't seen it.
I have not
I can't
seen
believe
it
that.
yet. Yeah. Well, I only watch like ESPN, and so the commercials I see are all like sport stuff they put on during sporting events. So my favorite commercial right now, it just passed up what was my favorite.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
That producer, he's all right, isn't he?
I told you he's the best.
Are we all going to dance now? Like,
We could. All right, for those of you we're completely depressed in the 8 viewers we just lost. So the commercial that I like right now is my favorite is the Geico commercial where the guy goes, Tasha, do you know you could save 15% on your car insurance if you go to geico.com? What are you waiting for? Rap group tag team.
Okay.
To make your dessert for you. And then taking the ice cream out. And he goes, French vanilla, Rocky Road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough, scoop, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Scoop, there it is.
Okay.
And, oh, my God, it is the funniest thing. But before that, I'm not sure which person. Right before that, I told Bob there was a commercial that I just lose my mind over. If they put it on right now, I just lose my mind. And my daughter walked by, and I was laughing at this commercial. And she goes, "You've seen that like 100 times." And I go, "I know." And every time. And it is the Domino's pizza commercial when they're saying, "Hey, we at Domino's got together and tried to decide what's the best way to get, with the pandemic, what's the best way to get pizza to people," and they're like, everybody says delivery, and one kid goes, "Frisbee it," and they show a car pull up, and he just steps out the door of the Domino's and whips it, and it flies like a Frisbee, and they have the window up, so it hits their window and just falls on the ground, and they're looking at him like this, and they go, "May, we should just deliver it," and every time he goes Frisbee and flings it, I just lose my mind.
I've never seen that commercial, but it sounds hilarious.
Tremendous, yeah, it's just
I've seen it.
tremendous.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good one.
I mean, the greatest of all time is the Joe Green Pepsi commercial, but that's way back from the day. But
I'll chime in again. I got a good one.
what do you got?
The Kmart commercial when they launched online ordering, it was called "Shipped My Pants." So everybody was like, "I just shipped my pants." And there's some old guy in the bed, and he's like, "I just shipped my bed." That's probably the funniest commercial ever.
wow, I remember that one.
I don't think I've seen that one, but that sounds hysterical.
It's a shame they went out of business.
Yeah.
With great advertising like that. I don't know why.
Walmart.
Yes.
Walmart beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Kmart could have tried to lower their prices and be less fucking pretentious. If we're being honest, like everybody looks at Kmart now like the glory days. Fuck Kmart. Oh, I'll piss on Kmart's grave. I can't stand it.
That's great.
Oh, my God.
That's kind of like
hit
the old
another
hills,
nerve.
like the
We
old
hit
hills.
two nerves. We ain't even like 20 minutes in, and we hit the nerve ham and Kmart. Johnny hates them both. The one thing he doesn't want to do is go to the Kmart snack bar and get a ham sandwich.
Yeah, man. Fuck Kmart. I stand by that.
And I would stand in line at Kmart to get a ham sandwich. Wasn't my favorite place, but
No, it wasn't.
it was
wasn't the
okay.
best.
They did have good soft pretzels. I'll give them that. But
did.
so does Target.
See, Hills.
Hills was the best.
The slushy and,
Yeah.
and soft pretzel. Jesus. that
Yeah, I
was
like Hills.
Fat
That's
Boy
probably
heaven.
why they're gone.
I know.
Every place that we like is gone. Maybe we
sign.
maybe we should stop going to those places. Me and Bubby are driving them all under. Maybe it's because we eat so
They eat
much.
too much damn pretzels.
I know I put out a few buffets in my day, like almost every one.
Remember Old Country Buffet out there by
Oh,
the by
that
the
was
hills?
my favorite.
Yeah.
Old Country Buffet was my favorite. And I always thought Golden Corral was just average, but Old Country Buffet was tremendous.
Fair enough.
But now Golden Corrals are gone, too.
Are they gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're disappearing quickly.
Yeah, they're
that
all
sucks.
gone. They're all closed.
You remember
The one in
CC's
Robinson
Pizza?
close to?
Yeah.
I remember when CC's Pizza was a thing.
I like that one, too.
Yeah, that was nice.
too. Yeah.
And by the way, yes, I ate pineapple pizza, Hawaiian pizza at CC's too. For those of you bastards that still hate me for that, I'm gonna stick with. I'm going down with that one.
That's great.
That was the first time Todd ever spoke up on
Yeah,
this
it
podcast.
was.
He couldn't take it when I said I like pineapple on a pizza. He's like, I can't sit here anymore.
I'll say pineapple's better than pork. So
Well, see, I like ham and pineapple, so there. Fuck both of you.
Yeah, me too. That's me. Ham and pineapple's the shit.
I just pissed them
Pissed
both
them
off
both
at the same time.
Yes.
Not unusual for me to piss off a crowd. And now, funny, that's a great segue into our next question. What was the strangest crowd you ever performed for?
strangest crowd as a whole is a hard one to pin down. I've had some strange interactions.
Well, we'd like to hear about those.
Yeah, like I don't know. I was telling this pro gay joke at one hick bar, and I started out, "Can you believe these guys? Can you believe there's still people against gay marriage?" And the whole bar was like, "Yeah, we're in agreement. We're against it." I'm like, "Wow." I don't know. There was a crowd fairly recently that I told essentially to go fuck themselves. I was in Brea, And I guess the Browns headquarters is a couple blocks away.
Yes.
And I don't know why I started talking shit for the Steelers. And there was a guy in the crowd who thought he was going to pull out his sword and cut my head off. And he said, "Swing, we beat you guys twice this year." And I took out a bigger sword and said, "How many fucking championships do you have?" And I've never heard 90 people go dead silent.
I don't have an answer for that.
That was a mistake. Yeah. Like, you know, you get weird stuff at audience members. Sometimes it's just some lady wanting attention. You know, I had a lady screaming about how she was a $100, and these are in her words, $100 hoer. In an audience, I actually played the role of auctioneer. I tried to get her some moves. I said, "Okay, $100," and no takers. I resorted to what I go to then is shut the fuck up. I told her, shut the fuck up and went about my business. That's my problem. If a crowd gives me a negative reaction, I'm quick to just start throwing out shut the fuck ups. Like, I don't know why. It's my favorite thing to do on stage.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like, just look at someone while I'm on stage and say, "Shut the fuck up." And I usually, like 9 times out of 10, I mean it. Like, I mean it in my core. I never jokingly say, "Shut the fuck up." One time, a guy walked up to me after a show because he was acting a fool. Like, everyone up before me, he was talking through their sets. So when I got up there, I called him out, asked him what his name was, told him to stand up. I said, "Can you give this guy a round of applause?" They gave him a round of applause. I said, "Well, now you got your attention. Will you sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up?" And he did. And we, you know, went about the rest of the set. And he comes up to me after the show. He's like, hey, I'm not mad at you." "What?" "Well, I'm not mad at you for calling me out." "Okay, dude, I don't give a shit if you were." Like, I don't know. It's just I get weird audience members. I got asked for an autograph twice, and it's like, you guys been living under a rock? I'm not anybody famous, but I'll take it.
Me too. I'll sign whatever you want.
Yeah,
Preferably a pair of boobs, but I'll sign whatever you want.
You know what? I had a lady wanting to get her boobs signed, and
that's
you know,
what I said.
I'm not a horn dog. I don't care either way. If that's what you want, that's fine because it's like a cool experience. But I'm not searching for it. But she was talking about having her boobs signed or whatever.
Hold on one second. Johnny's speaking for himself here, okay? Johnny doesn't speak for Gino on this, okay? I'll sign any boob you want, and I will search for it. Okay, back to you.
You know what? I will say any pussy that you want to throw at me, because I know women are just knocking down my door to throw pussy at me. Throw it all to Gino. Take my portion of the pussy, give it all to Gino.
I'll take it.
You know, if there's any left over, share some with Bubby.
Yes, yeah. You can throw me a bone, goddamn.
If you want to be in the middle of a podcast sandwich, there you go.
But it turned out she didn't want her boob signed. She wanted a boob signed for her boyfriend. So he came over and pulled his shirt up. And I was like,
okay, now that's
okay.
I don't think I knew that.
That's a little.
See what happens when you get
I'll sign
excited?
his dick,
When you get excited for the end of the story?
I'll sign his dick. I ain't signing his boobs.
Said I'll sign it.
Fucking weird. Jeez.
Yeah.
Now,
Johnny,
like,
you
I
weirdo.
remember when I was at the Improv. I don't even know. I think it might have just been an open mic, and I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody got up there and they were going down in a ball of flames. And this dude from the audience yelled out, "You suck." And this dude on stage grabbed the mic and started walking toward me. He goes, "Oh, yeah, you fucking think this is easy? You should try getting up. You want to fucking come up here?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." And he stood up, and so T-Rob had to get up here because the dude was coming up and was going to get to take the mic. And T-Rob goes, "Oh, that ain't how this shit works here, buddy. Sit down. Keep quiet." He goes, "You're done." And I looked at Bub and I go, there's two ways to handle an experience like that, and the way he did it wasn't either one of those two. You can either ignore it and keep going, or you can walk right at it.
Yeah, I don't recommend. People say ignore it. I don't ignore it.
Now, some people, I've seen them do it, and it works, but usually I find that if you ignore it, they'll keep going. They won't. Yeah. The other hand, being the way I am, I'm confrontational to begin with. I will turn on a motherfucker in a heartbeat, and he'll wish he had never said a goddamn
You
thing.
sound like you guys can comment because that's.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm quick on my feet, and I have a sense of humor, and this ain't my first rodeo, so if you want to heckle me, beware, because I will have everyone fucking making fun of you by the time this is all over.
I will straight up tell someone's grandmother to shut the fuck up.
Not me. I'll try and bang Granny, but that's just me. I got a thing for.
I was at a show. I seen a comic, and I'm not going to name any names, but I seen a comic get the microphone taken from him by an audience member.
I saw T-Road take one, but I never seen an audience member take.
Yeah,
a microphone.
I was at a show.
How do you let the audience member take them?
How do you do that?
Well, and keep in mind, this fellow was significantly larger than myself. But I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to put names out there. But audience member was giving him a hard time and blah blah blah, and he did that bullshit. You want to try this? Blah blah blah. Audience member just came, took the mic, and was blah blah blah. The host had to get back involved. It was crazy.
That's
crazy.
That's a mess.
Never a good thing. Yeah. I'll fight you for the mic.
You know, one of the funniest things, I was at East Liverpool Motor Lodge at a show, and this kid come in like literally in the middle of the show. Everybody was quiet. He was doing his thing. The comedian was, and you could see that the kid was half black, half white, and it was a black comedian. And he says, typical. He said, only come up for half the show? Was that the black half that didn't come for on time? He said, so you only show up for half of the show? And he was just heckling. It was the funniest damn thing ever. People were rolling. And that was the funniest one I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's like I said, I've seen that. But, I mean, me personally, the only strange thing I ever had was I did a show that it was a paying show, and 4 people showed up.
Oh,
and so
been there.
And so the person that was running was like, half the comedians running the bill didn't want to do it. And I said, I don't give a shit. Those 4 people paid. I don't care. I went up and I just did my set like there was 100 people there.
As you should.
And I did make the 4 people laugh. But I stood. It was really weird because I stood right. I mean, there was 4 of them, and they were at 2 tables in the middle. So I just grabbed the mic, went out, and stood right in front of the 2 tables, like fuck it.
That's what you got to do, man. A lot of comics, I feel like, think they're better than this, but this is the trenches. You got to do the shitty shows where you can do the great ones.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember who it was, but as a guy came on DVE, and he just became like a fairly famous headliner. And he said that the first headline gig he got was maybe a year before that. It was at some club in New York. And he goes, he was sitting backstage. He goes, what he didn't know was his very first night he was headlining was the same night as like a Rangers playoff game. So there was like 6 people in the audience. And he didn't know because he was in the green room the whole time. He wasn't paying attention who was coming in. And he said, and all of a sudden, Dave Chappelle walks into the green room. And I went, holy shit. And he goes, yeah, I've been a fan of yours. He goes, so I wanted to come out and see how you did your first night. And he goes, and if you don't mind, you mind if I go warm the audience up for a few minutes for you? And dude was like, oh, man, absolutely, it'd be an honor. He goes, no, I have no idea. There's only 6 people out there.
Right.
He goes, so Chappelle's out there, and I hear him doing his thing, and now I come out to check it out, and there's 6 people in the audience, and Chappelle is doing this show for them like there's 6,000 people there.
Right.
And he did his thing for like 15 minutes. He goes, he killed.
Wow.
And when he walked off, I went, dude, you didn't have to. He goes, 6 people or 600 people. They came to see a show. You give them a show.
Yeah, man.
And I went, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
That's how you're supposed to do it, I think. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it.
That's why he's the big deal.
That was the strangest crowd I ever had, to 4 people. But
yeah, that would be.
I wish I can say I've only experienced that once or twice. I've done many, many shows where there have been less than a half dozen people in the audience.
Well, I did one with you. Where was that at? It was on Southside somewhere. That place was really cool in there.
Oh, the Tiki Lounge.
Yeah, it was really awesome in there. And it wasn't like an open mic. I forget what you called it, but
it was like a little showcase.
Right, a little showcase thing, right? Didn't make any money for or anything. But he goes, hey, I got a spot for you. Will you come down? Because somebody had just canceled. Yeah. And I happen to have an opening. I go, yeah, I'll be there. So the only people that were in that place were the other comedians. Except there was one hot chick that the one dude kept talking to so much so that she left before I went out. Like he was infatuated, and we all were. She was smoking hot, and she was sitting right, like the mic was here, and she was sitting right there. And he just, I think it was Aaron, just wouldn't. I'll call you out, Aaron. I didn't say his last name. He just kept, and she was starting to get creeped out, and finally she went, "Yeah, I'm out." Man. And I go, "Thanks, buddy." The one person was a comedian in the whole place, but I had a good time. And what was cool though is I'm all right with that if the other comedians pay attention. Like, I pay attention when someone else is up there. So don't sit there and talk and not just because it's not your set.
Right. Yeah.
That pisses me off. When
that's the rudest thing in the world. We're in an open mic, and I don't care if you're not paying attention. That's fine. But don't strike up a conversation in the room that's going to take attention away from us on stage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go outside or shut up.
Yeah.
Well, I had that happen. I did an open mic. A guy asked me to do an open mic, and I did the open mic. And the whole time that I was up there, he was talking to two people in the back and, like, taking away from my – and I said, I'll never do this again because you didn't even have the courtesy to watch me. Like you said, even if you're going to watch me, you kept those other 2 or 3 people from watching me too. Like, you're supposed to, like, I come down here to support you.
It's like have common decency.
Right.
You know, a lot of times as comedians, we'll get in this mindset that we're each other's competition when I can only sound like me and you can only sound like Geno.
Yeah.
So we're not in competition.
Right.
We're just driving the same lane.
Exactly.
I totally agree with
I
that.
like how you put that.
I like
driving
that,
in the same lane.
You know, it's just we all want to do something, but it's not like there can only be one.
Right.
This is stand-up comedy. This is not the fucking Highlander. There can only
it's
be
not the
one.
Hunger Games.
Yeah. That's what people
I wish
treat
it was because Jennifer Lawrence is hot. All right. So that was question 4. So now, I don't know if you watch porn. I just assume everybody does, but I don't really watch it that much anymore. I've tried to. I'm getting better. But what is your favorite porn movie title?
I knew you were a big porn guy, so to speak, so I got a 3-part answer to this.
Oh, that's all right.
Keep in mind, I am not a porn aficionado by any stretch of the word, but I gave you 3 different answers. The first is my favorite title. I'm a classic guy, so I just like the Debbie Does Dallas. You know, I think it's straight and to the point.
Yes.
My favorite fictional title, which is from South Park, Backdoor Sluts 9. You don't want to watch it unless you've seen the first 8. It's going to be hard to follow. And my favorite porn that I've seen, I think it's a very obscure movie. It was on VHS. I was a young man of 13 years old. It was called Buttman's Favorite Black Girls. And it was such a dope porno that I still remember it to this day. So I hope that's a good enough answer.
It is.
fantastic.
It is. You remind me on Seinfeld when George decided he was going to be a porn star and his name was going to be Buck Naked.
Buck Naked, yeah.
Man, that was tremendous. So my favorite one, I'll tell you where I got this from, was back when you used to, they had video stores, and you used to go to the video store and you had to be a member to rent video. Every video store, when you went there to sign up for the first time, they would hand you a list of all the movies that they had. And so my ex-wife and I went there and signed up, and they gave us 2 lists. And we're like, the one list was like a white list, had a bunch of names. And then the other one was a thinner, and it was like orange or something. And we're like, well, what's this? And they go, oh, that's the adult list. So we didn't rent any of them, but we went home and we sat there and just read back and forth to each other some of the titles. And something like one of my favorites was called 8 Isn't Enough. For those of you who don't know, there was a TV show called 8's Enough. Well, 8 Isn't Enough was obviously a gangbang movie, and it was pretty good. But that was number 3. Number 2 for me was Mad Max Beyond Thunderbone. That was a good one. But by far, the greatest porn movie name, in my opinion, was Forrest Hump. That one was fucking tremendous. I don't know who thought it. But see, that's what they used to do. They used to come up with these catchy fucking parody names, and they were clever. And now it's just like Ass Masters 9 and Dick Sucker 12. Like, it's just, and they don't have plots, and like now they just go right to this fucking sex.
The first porn I ever watched was a themed porn. It was a Christmas-themed porn, and it was a reverse gangbang movie with the elf being the only male actor.
Huh.
Yeah. So, well, that was my introduction
Lucky
to the world
fucking
of entertainment.
You got me interested. I want to go look that up.
It
What's
was
the name of that again,
It
John?
was fascinating. I don't remember the name,
Oh, we'll find it.
but it was something. Yeah, look. Yeah,
It's there.
Yeah, just
I'm
look
sure
at it.
there's probably
We'll
many
find
more
it.
too.
I'm not worried about my Google history. So fucked up. I'm not worried about that now. My God, if I die and they look up my Google history, please don't share that with anyone. Girls who like girls, girls who like more girls, girls who like girls who like girls. Like, geez, what's wrong with this dude? I just don't know. Like I said that to somebody. If I was going to watch porn, I prefer watching lesbian porn. And the dude goes, "Why don't you want to see?" I said, "Dude, I don't want to see dude's hairy ass in a picture.
Right,
like I want
right.
to see two hot chicks." Just makes
What's
more
that?
sense.
What's that? Ron White joke? You want to see a little dick fucking the woman? No, I want to see a big throb and blah blah blah. Oh, so then you're not that straight.
3 letters that are going to change your life when you search porn. P-O-V.
Oh, I know. I don't remember exactly what that stands for, but I know what it is.
Point of view.
Yeah. So, like, if the chick's blonde, dude, it's from the guy. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know this.
It's pretty. It's pretty cool.
To be honest, I'm not a fan of that.
No.
I like. I don't know what it is, third person or first person, but I like seeing full bodies. I don't like acting it out.
I think I'm kind of with you on that one. Now that you mention it,
All right, now if we can get you to stop eating ham, we'd be
not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I'll stop eating cauliflower anytime you want because I don't eat it now.
Actually, now that you mention that, cauliflower has been a game changer for me
that
because I've
shit's
been on the
god-awful.
carnivore diet, and now they have carnivore. Not carnivore, but they have cauliflower rice at Chipotle, which is where I just came from, actually. And they have a cauliflower crust at Bocelli's Pizza.
God.
And I had a buffalo chicken pizza yesterday. Phenomenal.
On a cauliflower crust.
Yes.
So you ruin it. You take a
No,
good.
it's a game changer.
Cauliflower. I've not had a
It's
cauliflower.
amazing. It's
But-
surprisingly good.
I've not had cauliflower. I've heard so much things about it because I got a couple friends.
I
that are doing
I
it.
assure you guys, I have not been paid by Big Cauliflower to say that.
I was going to ask you how much you getting on this cauliflower shit because meat it just smells like feet when you're cooking it. I just don't like cauliflower. I don't really like vegetables all that much.
I love cauliflower.
Meat and
but I've never
potatoes.
had it in
That's
a-
fair.
But dude, I can't help you. I'm so against you there. Bacon's the shit.
Oh, yeah. I said, I named Darwin Horn. He's a follower of mine. And the only post he ever puts on there is about bacon.
No.
And, I mean, if he's watching this,
Have you
he's
had
so
chocolate-
pissed at you right now.
Chocolate-covered
He's
bacon
like,
yet?
that Johnny know what the fuck he's talking
Right,
about.
tell you what.
He's fucking angry.
I tell you what, if you love bacon that much, guys, I'm just here to tell you everything you believe in and know is a lie. Live with that. I just shattered your world.
You can shatter my word all you want, but I'll be living it with some fucking bacon.
I'm still. Yes.
I love it. I put a post that was a couple of years ago. It said, studies have shown that vegans will live 9 years longer than people who eat meat, but those are 9 horrible baconless years. Who cares?
Right.
That's the fucking
so
truth.
ha-
That's where I stand.
Have
on
you
it.
had chocolate-covered bacon?
No, that sounds really weird.
Dude, so did I. I thought at first it would be real gross, but it's so goddamn
Oh,
good.
bacon makes everything better. The
God, it's
Baconator,
good.
by the way, is fantastic.
Yes.
I don't care what you say, Johnny.
Yes.
Bacon's fucking great. And I do love a ham and pineapple pizza, the Hawaiian pizza. Oh,
Now, why not add bacon to that?
Why not?
I could. I would.
Ham,
I feel like
bacon,
people
and-
that say
oh.
they love bacon limit themselves because you're adults. You can literally put bacon on everything, but people are like, I love bacon, but then don't put it on everything. So maybe we should look in the mirror, guys. Be honest with
Oh,
yourselves.
I think I might start doing that.
Is it good
Steak
at
top
breakfast?
with bacon? That would be some
You
badass
see?
shit.
I've had pizza with bacon and ham, but not just
I've
bacon. and
had
ham.
pizza.
Bacon and sausage.
Oh God, see it.
Just the last pizza I ordered from, I think it was Pizza Hut. They had 3 toppings. It was, I got ham, bacon, and mushroom, and it was tremendous.
Oh, man.
I'm in. I'm in.
If you don't want to share pizza, just tell me. You don't got to.
I mean, I do put it on everything. I wrap it, my wife in it before sex and foreplay. You know, I do caramel vanilla sundaes, and I put bacon on top.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
that's
guy's
also foreplay.
Yes. This guy's my goddamn hero.
Yes.
Here. I'm telling
Yeah, I'm with him on
God.
this. Sorry, Johnny, but I'm with Todd on this shit.
This is- oh,
You're outnumbered here.
Have you tried the maple bacon sundae?
Yeah.
Have you had that?
No, where's that at Denny's? Oh, no, I got to. They still have them?
Yeah.
I got to try that.
oh.
I mean, the downside to it, though, is you have to go to a Denny's. So.
Lenny's. Yes.
But that sounds goddamn amazing.
Yeah, I haven't been to Denny's in a long time.
Me neither. It's been a long, long time.
Good choice, because you guys are clearly on the right path. Stay the fuck away from Denny's.
I know there's something wrong with us. It's okay. So does everybody who watches this. There's something wrong with us. It's part of our appeal, I think.
If I knew how to tweet and use Twitter properly, I would go have Twitter beef with Denny's just on principle. I would. I'd be like, hey, fuck you guys.
All right, now let me ask you this, and this can be a tough one. This is a bonus question. Who do you dislike more, Kmart or Denny's?
Oh, Kmart by far. Kmart hands down. At least Denny's has a value menu. Kmart's like, hey, these are on sale, but they're really not because they're super fucking expensive to start with.
It's so goddamn true, too.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, it's all on sale. No, it's just now it's regular price.
I like Denny's more just because they have food. I mean, Kmart had a little bit of food, but not
it's
much.
just a little snack.
Oh, Little Caesars.
Little Caesars is
I like-
all right.
I like
You
Little
know what? They
Caesars.
really stepped up their pizzas after they left Kmart. You know, because they had a stuffed crust for a while.
Yeah.
They had a deep dish that was pretty decent. Mm-hmm. They
Yeah.
had a bacon-wrapped pizza. Do you remember that?
Yes, I
No,
had.
but I wish I
yes,
had.
that. The pretzel one there at Little Caesars.
Okay,
I like a
yeah, I
lot,
never
too.
had that.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a real good one.
I'm stopping getting ham and cheese on the way home. I am, and I'm going to fucking take pictures of it and send it straight to Johnny. Johnny's phone's going to be blown up for about a week.
I'm eating a hog's ass right now, Johnny.
About a week, I'm going to blow up a thing. Because by the time we want him to come back on the show, he won't remember that we fucked with him about this. Shit.
To be fair, I've tried ham and ham sandwiches and all that shit, and it's fucking garbage, bro.
Dude,
just
you know
don't
what?
like it.
I just realized why
I
he
love
doesn't
it.
like ham.
Why?
This motherfucker can't chew it.
I wasn't going to go there, but since Bobby did, and that's why he's the world's greatest motherfucking co-host.
Sorry, Johnny, I had to, but
He got it. He got it.
So you don't like ham
he
or
bites
corn?
it,
Yeah.
and it just
It
pulls
was like
out.
corn
It
on a
just-
cob or ham.
Well, this is how I eat chicken wings, actually. I just put it in.
There, now that's
Pull out a
genius.
bone.
I love
There
that.
we go.
You got me.
Yeah.
There's one up there because I fight with them goddamn
I'd
chicken
marry a
wings.
chick that does that
Right.
in a fucking heartbeat. So, all right, we went right down the fucking gutter like we always
all right.
do.
It's all right.
So, the next thing we have to do is, this is my favorite segment because I thought of it.
Yeah.
All right, Bubby, tell Johnny what time
Johnny.
it is.
It's bitch slap or bang.
All right, Johnny. So what we do here is we give you a choice of two. They're not really people, but it could be anything. And you tell us which one you'd bitch slap, which one you'd bang, and more importantly, why. And your choices are Minnie Mouse or Jessica Rabbit.
Is this even a question? Like, so is it one or the other, or
Yeah, you got to
or
bitch slap one and bang the other
bang
one.
the other.
Oh, well, I think everybody's. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Okay, well, tell us.
Everybody obviously is going to want to bang Minnie Mouse and bitch slap Jessica Rabbit.
So I would think most people would be the other way around.
No.
Explain.
Okay,
You gotta explain.
I'll explain. Mickey Mouse has to have some fire pussy. If she's kept the conglomerate Mickey tied down for so long, and she's loyal. Two big things to me. This thing about Jessica Rabbit, all we know is she's a whore.
See, I'm with you, but I think most people would bang Jessica Rabbit because she's really way hotter.
I don't know,
He's
man.
got a hell of a point.
He does. I'm with him on
Yeah,
that.
like
She's single.
First.
She's single, right? Jessica Rabbit's single?
Yeah.
Why, can't keep him. Why? Because it's trash. It's trash. Now, Minnie Mouse, on the other hand, she's, want a Hummer? Like, she's down for the cause. And she's been there since day
couldn't
one.
agree. I really
You're
thought.
right.
I really thought that you were going to say the obvious, Jessica Rabbit. I'd bang.
Jessica Rabbit's
and
a
I
gold
would have
digger.
said no,
The
man.
only reason she was fucking with Roger Rabbit is to get him to do something. She's just a gold digger. She's not
Exactly.
giving up the treats.
Plus, I'm thinking Minnie's probably a little freaky.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's
mean,
got to be.
yeah, she's
But
a little
like you
freaky.
said, she's been around for a long time, so
Yeah.
she's been doing.
Yeah,
you know,
she's doing something right.
Mickey
done
could have.
something right.
Mickey could have trumped her. Got a new.
He
younger
could have got
Mickey.
anybody
Yeah,
he
you know,
wanted.
no,
But he's kept her because
He's
she's
Mickey
legit.
Mouse. I mean, he's like the king of Disney World. He could get whatever he
Yeah.
wants.
That's right. So that shit's good.
Yeah, I'm
That's
with
some
you
good
on
shit.
this.
Yeah.
Jessica Rabbit is way hotter, though. But ain't no good if she just lays there.
I want it to be known, too. I had no idea this question was coming.
He did not. I did not tell the guest.
No, that's the beauty of
who
it.
the bitch slapper
And he is
bag choices
absolutely
are.
right now.
I do not. In fact, I don't tell Bubba either.
Nope. No.
The only one that knows is myself and Todd, and the only reason Todd knows ahead of time is so that he can get pictures of them.
Yeah, okay, right.
That's the only reason. I like the
great.
surprise of that.
I like that. That was
Yeah, I'm with you, and I'll bet you that if you tried to bitch slap Minnie, you might get your ass kicked. Like, Jessica probably can't fight, but I'm thinking Minnie would beat the hell out of you.
Well, Jessica is built like a victim, you know. And I don't mean a blanket statement, but look at her. She's tall, she's frail, nothing much going on.
Big
her.
boobs.
Minnie, scrappy, small. She'll
Yeah.
get in tight. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. I don't want it. She's a total
I
package.
agree. I couldn't agree more with you on this.
Go Mini.
It sounded like an obvious one, but that's why
Yeah,
I love
I
to
like
do that kind of
I
thing.
love that.
Yeah, so I'm with Johnny on this. Minnie Mouse all the way. All right, so that's our last segment. So, Johnny, you got anything you want to talk about? Tell them about your podcast, Johnny.
Yeah, actually, as you guys know, I host Inquisitive Minds podcast. It's spelled with a Q. Excuse me, spelled with a Z. Inquisitive Minds. I interview all manner of different people, from actors to witches to UFO experts, Bigfoot hunters, all types of people. But I want to talk about a new podcast I recently started with my very good friend Dan Brady. It's called Murderous States of Mind. And we talk about serial killers, and we go in order by statehood. So we started with Delaware. We recently released the Pennsylvania episode, and we're going state by state, covering all the serial killers that we have known about, at least in the United States.
Oh, cool.
Sounds interesting. Nice. Got any comedy shows coming up?
Yeah, you know what? Piggybacking on your earlier comment, I am doing a charity show on the 3rd for the Erie Animal Network up in Erie. I think there are still tickets available. The link is on my page. You guys can check that out. I'm hosting that. It's for a great cause. Proceeds are going to the Erie Animal Network.
Nice.
Nice.
Good deal.
Really cool. So I a couple things I want to tell people about. So I'm doing a show. It's April 1st, which is a week from tomorrow. Iceberg Studios in Arnold, PA. Don Arner's the host of that one. I've seen the lineup. It's really good. So I believe there's still a few tickets left. If you want to get a hold of that, you could go down to their office, or you could just look up Iceberg Studios and give them a call. Or you can even DM me if you want, and I can figure out how to get them to you. April 10th, I'm doing a show with Sean Parker and Don Arner. That's at the Belgium Club in McDonald, but that one is sold out. But they're talking about possibly adding a second show, so if that happens, I will let you know. Now, normally, our next podcast would be 2 weeks for today, but we're doing a special podcast next week. It's a little bit different than something we're doing. Next week, we're going to do a podcast on the 31st of March, same time. We'll do it live, and we're going to have some people in here, and we are going to talk. It's a charity event that I am involved with, Red Nose Day. And you can go to rednoseday.org if you're wondering what that is. And basically what that is, it's also comic relief also involved. It helps children in poverty. So that's something I really give a shit about. So we're going to do a little fundraiser next week with that. We're going to have some people in here talking about what Red Nose Day is all about. The actual Red Nose Day is May 27th. But next Wednesday at 7 o'clock, same time as we always do this on the 31st, we're going to do a special podcast for that. And then our normal podcast will be 2 weeks from today, and that'll be episode 11. And trust me, you do not want to miss this one, and you need to buckle the fuck up for this one, because this young lady will blow you off your chair. If you are worried about political correctness or being offended, I advise you stay the fuck away from this, because our guest in 2 weeks is Kaylee Horton. And Kaylee, you will not believe what comes out of Kaylee's mouth. And when you look at her, you would never expect it, but oh my God. And I couldn't wait to get her on here. So she'll be on here, I believe that's April 7th. It's 2 weeks from today. Yep. And I think that's about the only thing we got to pump up. If you have any questions about any of that stuff, go to my Facebook page is Geno, Geno, at Geno Comedy. We do it live every other week, Facebook Live, the podcast, and 2 days later, Todd puts it up on our YouTube channel. It's just Geno Comedy, so you can catch it on there. You can also hear it anywhere you listen to podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, any of those places that you listen to. So I think that's everything we need to talk about. And, oh, yeah, these shirts make me look sexy as hell. So if you want a shirt, and Bubby too, but Bubby was already sexy.
Yeah.
If you want one of those shirts, you go to Idiot Radio and tap store. Hey, I figured out how to do it. .net, yeah, whatever. I knew it fucked up something. So if you want a shirt, you can go there. Thanks again. Join us next week for our charity event. And thank you, Johnny, for coming on. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me, guys. That was great. I had a lot of fun doing this.
Great, man. That's the idea. We don't do serious shit here. This is just goofing off.
Fun. That's great.
That's right. So, Todd, once again, thank you. And thanks to the world's greatest motherfucking co-host, Bubby. I'm Geno. Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys.